I teach ESL, which is English as a Second Language, and Sheltered English, which is for kids that struggle in traditional classroom environments. I used to be out in a portable, and it was really small, and so there wasn't much room to do creative seating or anything like that. And then they built all these new rooms and they moved me in, but I also taught reading, and so we had a huge wall of computers that we had to have at the same time. But as the technology has advanced, and now we have Chromebooks for the kids, then we were able to let go of all the computers, which has been really nice, and opened up a lot of space. I am not a boring white person, so when I walk into a boring white room, it really bothers me. I think my kids are so diverse because we have anywhere around like 20 different countries represented in this room, and that can be as much as almost 40 languages. And I just think it's really important when the kids come into this room to know that this is their place. These tiles, we've moved them a few times from room to room to room, but there's Swahili, there's Spanish, there's Farsi and Arabic and Chin. We haven't done them in a couple years because we have so many right now, but when we've done them in the past, usually at the end of the year, because testing's over and we can kind of breathe a little bit. So usually the last couple weeks of school, we'll pull them down and let them work on it. They all say something around the way of love, welcome, happiness, or hello. Without getting super political, this is not a very welcoming and loving environment right now in this nation for refugee and immigrant people. And I can tell you from hearing their stories firsthand that what they've been through, we cannot even begin to imagine. And so I think having a room that says, this is your room, because it's not my room, it's their room. And having a room that represents the colors that they love and the flags that they love and the places that they've been and the experiences they've had, I think this makes them feel a little bit more at home. That is paramount for language acquisition, because if you don't trust the person that's teaching you, you're not going to learn.
I'm starting my 19th year here. This is the only school I've ever taught at. And I'm kind of crazy because I got an idea about 3 or 4 years ago. I was on Pinterest one Friday night, saw a classroom on a blog, a famous blog, kind of got this crazy idea, became determined, decided this is going to happen, asked for permission, and just one day at the end of the semester moved out all of my desks and had a crazy, crazy summer of spray painting and thrift storing and garage selling, and started off the school year pretty much with this. The Palace in Canyon is my favorite coffee place, and I just love the vibe in there. And you would go in and it was just very chill, and they had old couches and different things and people working, and I thought, you know, I want my classroom to be like that for my kids. Because I teach mostly seniors, they're all about to go to college and they need to learn how to work with each other and collaborate and communicate and all of those really important 21st century skills. But when we had desks, they would have like these little islands, and I didn't like the little islands. And so if I had a kid over here, I'd have to try to meander through the maze to try to go and help them with a question. So the way I teach is problem-based learning, and so it's really focused on student engagement, helping students learn, and helping and teaching them to work through the problems and become problem solvers. And it's just so much easier to do that when you have a couch and a table and a chairs. And I put the couch up front because if you're in a couch, I need to keep my eyes on you and make sure you're not sleeping. And so if you notice, like the super comfy places are very close to me, and that was absolutely on purpose. Some people, they want to sit at a lab table, and that is 100% okay. It just, you know, I haven't had any discipline issues in 2 or 3 years, and I do have seniors, and seniors are not exactly known for having major discipline issues, but the kids, my classroom is loud, but the loudness that you hear is our kids talking and communicating and working and planning. And if you go up and listen to them, they're talking about their project. They're talking about what they need to be doing. So it's a loud, crazy classroom, but it's a loud, crazy, awesome classroom because it's full of learning and conversations, which is exactly what it needs to be.